Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 82-0 show. I'm your host, Driss. Today we have a heated topic coming at you, so sit down, get comfortable, get your popcorn, and let's get it. Cue that intro music.
Welcome back to the 5th episode of the 82-0 show. I am your host, Daniel, and today we have a heated argument for you guys. One that Driss and I feel very, very passionate about. It is Kobe versus LeBron. Fun fact, in case you guys didn't know, I am a huge LeBron bandwagon and he's my favorite player. And Kobe is Driss's favorite player. So, we both have very opposing sides to this argument. So Driss, how do you feel about it?
Kobe's the better basketball player. It's that simple.
Okay, summarize why. Do you mean skill-wise? Do you mean he helps his team more?
All of the above, and he doesn't rely on athleticism as much as LeBron does. I'm not saying LeBron relies only on athleticism, but, you know, he is like 6'8", 250 pounds, and he does take most of his shots in the paint. Kobe's more like a versatile offensive player.
While I do agree that Kobe might be slightly more versatile, I think that it's just that his physical build mixed with the athleticism, mixed with his skill. All 5 positions at the height of 6'9", with 260 plus pounds.
Yeah, that's cool, but still...
You can't just say that's cool.
It is. I mean, it's unheard of. LeBron.
Like, that's insane. It's never been seen. It's dominance and it's skill, and he could play all 5 positions. So if anything, LeBron's very versatile. You can't see Kobe playing all 5 positions.
Yeah, but LeBron cannot play all 5 positions. That's a lie. Right.
Yes, he can.
He's gonna play center.
Yes, he can. Name one position he can't play.
He's gonna play center for an entire game.
He can.
He can. Oh, he can.
He has the ability to.
He has the ability.
It's not his best.
No, he's not going to be able to play.
Yeah, it's not his best position, but he can.
All right, so let's see him guard Shaq for an entire game. A real center. Let's see him guard Shaq for an entire game. Let's see him guard.
Which just brings another point. A lot of people call Shaq the best center on ever in the NBA.
No, but it's Kareem.
And as you said, you were naming him for a center.
Yeah. Let's see him go. Let's see LeBron go up
against. And he was on Kobe's team, so obviously Kobe wasn't the only carrier of the team.
No, wait.
You just shushed me.
No, wait.
You just shushed me.
Look, let's see him guard Joel Embiid through the course of a game. Let's see him guard Joel Embiid through the course of a game. No, he won't. That's such a myth.
That could easily happen. Just with the physicality. He's faster than Joel Embiid. That'll help him tons.
Oh, so in the low block, you're saying he's gonna guard?
He will be able to play center
for an entire game.
He will be able to. Yeah.
No, he won't. Have you ever seen him do that for an entire game? Has he ever played center?
Why would he? Why
exactly.
Would he?
So
he
don't
has
assume.
The ability to, but he has.
Don't assume he can do something if he hasn't done it yet.
He can do it though. He's played center before, not an entire game. Yeah, he's played center before.
It's not can LeBron be this. It's has he done this. We're not taking what LeBron can do. We're taking what he has done.
Has he done it and excelled?
Has he guarded a center throughout the whole course of a game?
Excelled?
Has he?
Not throughout the whole
exactly my point.
You never guard one person.
He could guard a center for 1 or 2 plays. Yeah, okay, I'll give him that. But no,
he's excelled at guarding the center for those plays.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he has.
People saying LeBron could guard 1 through 5 is a myth. He's not guarding a center.
It's just not a myth. It's true.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna guard Rudy Gobert. He's gonna guard Nikola Jokic. He's gonna guard Karl Anthony Towns throughout the whole game. No.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how well he'll play because that's not his position that he's used to playing. But he can do it and he can excel at it.
You sound so stupid right now.
No, I'm not saying that he's better.
LeBron's 6'9", 250 pounds.
Because he can. I'm not saying that he's gonna be better than those players at center, but he can play those positions.
Kobe can play those positions, but he just won't do as good.
But he wouldn't excel.
LeBron won't excel at that position either.
Yes, he would. Kobe just doesn't have the height, or the size, or the bulk.
What? No. Kobe, no,
yeah,
Kobe
sure,
could guard,
let's mock
Kobe
me.
Could guard centers.
Real mature.
Kobe could guard centers. He can. I haven't seen him do it, but I'm pretty sure he can. they're probably gonna
do well.
He can, right?
And do well.
Kobe could do a quadruple backflip,
Really?
posterize LeBron. He could do that. I'm pretty sure he can. He hasn't done it, but he can. What? That's basically what you're
LeBron's
saying.
guard centers for plays, not for the whole
exactly.
game. It's not at all.
So
Logic,
don't say LeBron can guard.
He has the bulk. He has the body type to be able to.
Daniel, don't say LeBron could play at the center position. You could say he could guard a center for 1 or 2 plays. That does not justify playing at the center position. 1 or 2 plays does not justify an entire game.
He has the physical build.
Has he done it?
He has the body
he done it?
To be able to play center.
Has he done it?
I'm saying that part of him just makes him better, makes him excel, makes him be better than Kobe.
Oh, just because
Kobe doesn't have the body type to be able to do that.
Bigger?
I'm using one argument because yes, that helps a lot.
Wow.
Because he's bigger helps a lot. You can't use that excuse. Driss, you're taller than 6 foot. One of the reasons why you're better than me at basketball is because of your height, because of how you're bigger.
So you just
it's the exact same reasoning.
I'm only bigger than you by like a couple inches, first of all. But still.
Sure.
Let's okay.
6 inches is a lot, Driss.
I could beat you 1-on-1 without even having to bully you. I'm just gonna say that.
That's just not true.
Okay,
but
okay,
we'll
fine.
see.
How about we make that a video in a couple months from now, huh? Oh, we'll see.
Deal.
Okay.
Handshake through the screen.
Yeah,
handshake through the screen.
All right.
Yeah. Deal.
Okay. So to the 4 people watching this, just let us know if you wanna watch this.
Yeah, if you want to see that.
Being bigger is not an argument, because then Shaq's the greatest player of all time. Wilt is.
No, but I'm not saying that that's the only reason. I'm saying that because of that, it's a big factor in why he's better. Just like if Shaq was Kobe's height, I don't think that Shaq would make the NBA.
And if LeBron was
Shaq being that height helps a lot.
So let's say I'm gonna give you this. So let's say LeBron is Kobe's height. Do you think he'd be where he is at Kobe's height and Kobe's weight and Kobe's speed and do you think he'd be at where he is right now? Exactly.
No, I don't.
And Kobe, do you think he'd excel more at LeBron's?
I'll give you it.
Exactly.
I'll give you it. Kobe has more skill, but LeBron being bigger helps him a lot.
And that just
helps him exceed.
Okay, fine. I'll give you. He's bigger. I'll give you that one.
Yes,
I can't argue that.
Which
he's
makes
bigger.
him.
Ooh.
Yeah,
right,
you can.
But he's not.
Do you want to say an argument?
No. You keep going. So bigger is a fantastic argument. Keep going.
It is. Also, one thing is LeBron makes his teammates better. Have you ever heard somebody say that Kobe Bryant makes the players around him better?
He's a locker room guy, Kobe.
I haven't.
He'll make his teammates tougher.
I've heard that hundreds of times.
He is.
Maybe makes him cry in a corner.
No, he doesn't make them. He's that tough guy. He's like Jordan. You saw Jordan.
It's not like he's known for his passing or anything.
Actually,
he doesn't have the playmaking ability that LeBron has.
Oh wow! You rave about LeBron being one of the greatest.
If a play is broken, Kobe is just gonna shoot his way out of it.
No, he won't.
And more times than not, force up a low percentage shot.
All right. He'd make those 30 to 40% of the time, and LeBron would make those 5% of the time.
He wouldn't. It's a low percentage.
It's a low percentage shot, but Kobe would make that low percentage shot more than anybody else.
You can't. It's not a low percentage shot if he makes it. LeBron is going to do what he can to find an open teammate for a shot or get a better look. Not at 30-40%.
Yeah, LeBron's
not at 30-40%.
Okay, LeBron's one of the greatest passers of our generation, right? According to you, he only averages 2 more assists than Kobe.
We're saying better than Kobe.
He only averages
We're saying better than Kobe.
He only averages 2 more assists than Kobe. Kobe played 14 minutes his first 2
always
seasons.
Has the ball.
He only averages 2 more assists than Kobe. I'm not saying that LeBron is a worse passer than Kobe. He's not. He definitely is. But you're saying Kobe isn't a good teammate or a good player. Kobe has the will to win. He's gonna get that job done.
He's going to force a shot up and go straight to the net instead of finding an open teammate more often than not.
Oh yeah, so Game 7 of the 2010 Finals, they were up 3 to extend the lead. He took a crappy shot, didn't he, right? No, he passed it to Ron Artest because he was open and Kobe was double teamed.
Is Ron Artest still alive?
What the fuck? Daniel, Jesus, man. It's meta world peace right now,
okay,
but still.
Go. You say an argument. Go ahead.
I'm not saying
Go ahead. I want to hear some of the arguments.
He's easily the.
I want to hear
He's easily the better scorer. Hands down.
Tell that to stats.
Tell that to stats.
As much as you hate to look at facts. As much as you hate to look at facts.
I don't hate to look at facts. You also gotta take a deeper dive into it. Who was the one who averaged 14 minutes a game in their rookie season, and who was the one who averaged almost 40 minutes a game in their rookie season? First 2 seasons, actually.
Who was on the Lakers when it was Kobe's rookie season?
Shaq. Does Kobe play center?
Does
Kobe play center?
Who was on Cleveland when LeBron went there? Nobody. He was a prodigy there. There was nobody that could take. There's nobody that could compete with LeBron's skill. Yeah, because he had a sick team even when he got drafted there.
Here's what I'm.
So if you're a rookie.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Go ahead.
Kobe didn't get drafted to the Lakers. He got traded to the Lakers. He got drafted by Charlotte. He got traded to the Lakers. No, but let me tell you this.
Sure. Did he play games at Charlotte? Did he play games at Charlotte?
No,
did he play games at Charlotte?
Yeah, but because he got traded to the Lakers. The Lakers didn't have one of those picks. No, but wait. Kobe has more scoring titles than LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
He has one of some people would argue, one of the greatest scoring seasons in history with 2006 season. Because
That's
even
true.
though he averaged less points
I'm not going to...
No, wait. Even though he averaged less points than James Harden and Michael Jordan in those seasons, the pace for Michael Jordan's 1987 season was 95.8. Kobe's was 90.9. James Harden's was 97.9. His team averaged 113 points per game. Kobe's averaged 99 points per game. And James Harden only averaged not even 1 full point more than Kobe. Jordan didn't even average a full 2 points more than Kobe. So
if you want for a second,
don't say LeBron's
Kobe
a better
to Jordan,
than
then
Kobe.
You're wrong.
How is LeBron a better scorer?
What we've seen so far is that LeBron has scored at a slightly higher rate and at a significantly higher efficiency.
You could say,
but yeah.
Okay, you want to say he's more efficient scorer? Go ahead. You want to say that? Go ahead. I'll give you that. You want to say he's more consistent?
He's the
guy that's going to give you 27 a night. All right? But Kobe will erupt. Kobe dropped 81 points in a game. You know Durant, one of the greatest scorers in history.
You're saying it like he's inconsistent. You're saying it like Kobe's inconsistent.
No, I'm not saying he's inconsistent. I'm saying LeBron's more consistent because he'll be able to give you 27 a night. He'll be able to do that. He won't erupt for a huge scoring night. You know Kevin Durant's career high in points is 54 points. In a full game, Kobe Bryant's career high in a half is 55. In a half. You know he almost outscored an entire team throughout 3 quarters.
Kobe.
He outscored an entire team throughout 3 quarters. And a team that went on to the NBA Finals
You're saying it like I'm saying it Kobe's bad.
No.
Kobe's I know
I'm
Kobe's
saying it
a
as
great
if
player.
you're saying
I put him
LeBron
third
James
on my
is a
all-time
better
list.
scorer than Kobe. He's not. He is not. You can
I'm
ask
saying
anybody.
that he scores at a slightly higher rate and he has significantly higher efficiency.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you could say that, but Kobe's a more versatile
and assists
scorer.
much
He's
more
a more skilled
much
scorer.
more effectively than Kobe.
What?
And like saying it much more and passes for assists are much more effective than Kobe's.
Yeah, he is a better passer.
So overall offensive impact, all of these things seem to lean towards LeBron.
He's not a better scorer than Kobe. No, Kobe's a better scorer than LeBron by a long shot. All right, by a long shot. Kobe's the second greatest scorer of all time.
Then
behind
why
Michael
is
Jordan.
it that all of these sections? Why is it all of these sections that we're saying LeBron is better? He has a slightly higher scoring rate. He has a significantly higher efficiency, and passes for assists are much more effective. If you wanna bring in another section of the offense, go ahead. But
I'll bring in the passing. I already gave it to you, but scoring, it's Kobe.
Same for the scoring at a higher efficiency.
Throw stats at me, but don't forget the season right after Kobe tore his Achilles. He dealt with 22 different injuries throughout a span of 5 years. All right. Don't forget his first couple of seasons.
Kobe's a very impressive player.
What?
Kobe's a very impressive player and very good player.
He is a better scorer than LeBron. LeBron averages 2 more points than Kobe.
Not efficiency-wise.
Not efficiently wise. Okay, how many times are you going to say that LeBron is a more efficient scorer than Kobe? He is a more efficient scorer than Kobe, but Kobe gets buckets. Kobe is meant to score. You take LeBron out of the paint, you limit his scoring ability. That's what they did in 2007.
But can you get him out of
LeBron
the
James went to the finals. They forced him to shoot, and he got swept that series. Not because he had a bad team, also because he couldn't shoot the ball.
And then LeBron, instead of...
What?
No, it's actually a good argument. I couldn't think of an argument that was good one.
Exactly.
I'll give that to you.
You say LeBron had a bad team in 2007. He did. But that wasn't the only reason why they got swept. They got swept because Greg Popovich, which is a genius coach, forced LeBron to shoot.
Yeah.
And he couldn't shoot.
If we're going by coaches,
I'm not
who
going by coaches. I'm telling you that
Kobe's
game.
coach most of the time? I know, but if we're talking about coaches, while we're on the topic of coaches, who is Kobe's coach? Phil Jackson. You know, many people call him the best coach of all time.
All right. But
yeah, LeBron didn't have Phil Jackson calling the shots. He didn't have the genius of Phil Jackson
his own
calling
shots.
the shots every time. No.
Are you gonna use
if he did that, you think Phil Jackson didn't allow that on Jordan? He wouldn't allow Kobe to do that.
What? Yeah. Okay.
Phil Jackson didn't allow Jordan to do that. You think that he'd allow Kobe to do that? Come on.
All right. Yeah, but Kobe also
even by
has
shooting
more 40
percentage
points.
between
offensively, Kobe has more 40-point games. He has more 50-point games, and he has more 60-point games. And probably 30-point games.
Did you know that? Okay, so let's go to statistics then, since you know how much I like statistics. Age 19 to 31 shooting percentage. LeBron had .588 and Kobe had .557.
Okay.
Higher.
Fine.
His average offensive box score plus minus was 7.3 compared to Kobe's 4.7.
All right. Are you just going to use efficiency as this entire argument? Because I'm giving you versatility, I'm giving you total 40-point games. I'm giving you all of that.
If we're going by shooting percentage shows like the difference. Like
it shows 5%
is what most people decide for better shooters.
It shows 5% difference.
Wow, you're really bad at math.
How am I bad at math? LeBron's
a 5% difference.
Yeah, LeBron shoots 50% for his career, 51 or something. Kobe shoots 45.
I'm going actually it's average. I know. I'm not gonna tell you about that, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, but efficiency is a big argument. You're saying it like it's nothing.
I'm not saying it like it's nothing, but that can't be your only argument. Kobe is easily a tougher player to guard. You could ask all NBA players who have guarded LeBron and Kobe. They've all said Kobe is tougher to guard because he could score on all 3 volumes better than LeBron could.
Okay, then you're just taking out completely his physicality. You're taking out completely the fact that he's 6'9", and he's like over 260 pounds.
Who's a better scorer, James Harden or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
It's like you're taking that
James Harden or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about tougher to guard. We're talking about tougher to guard.
Tougher to guard?
Who's tougher to guard? Giannis.
You ask the players who have guarded LeBron their opinions. What are you gonna ask? Our opinions? No. Professional basketball players' opinions. You want somebody's opinion? You ask them, not just like 5'5" unathletic sports analysts. You ask them. They know. They've played against them, and they've all said Kobe Bryant is tougher to guard than LeBron James. They've all said it.
Who are some of these people that said this?
Give me a sec.
I just want to hear some names.
Tony Allen, Dirk. Well, Ron Artest, Chris Bosh said he's better. Steven Jackson, Grant Hill, Allen Iverson. All said it. And people who say he's better, Larry Bird, Tony Allen, Dirk, Kawhi, Mike, Ron Artest, Chris Bosh, Steven Jackson, Steve Kerr, Grant Hill, and Allen Iverson. I have many more. Just saying.
I just want to say, I know you guys can't like see Driss's face right now. You should see his face, and it's the funniest thing. He seems so proud of himself.
No. I don't understand.
Because I just don't believe it. With the physicality, it's insane. I
Kawhi do to
fully
LeBron?
believe that
What did Kawhi do to LeBron?
I fully believe that that Kobe's a more skilled player. I fully believe that.
He's the
but I
most
think
skilled
just the
basketball
addition
player of
of
all
LeBron's
time.
physicality and
Oh, who else? The only person I'll give it to is Michael Jordan, who could be possibly more skilled.
That's who I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I still think it's
100%.
Kobe because he took what Jordan did, and he took
He's
what
not
other...
creative. He just takes people's moves.
But he masters them. So what if he takes people's moves? I mean, I get, you could say Jordan's more creative, but Kobe studied the game. He studied every single move. He took Jordan's move. He took Dirk's fadeaway. He took a bunch of things, man.
It's true. He's very impressive. But to say that he's more skilled...
If you're going to use LeBron's
instead of
physicality
Jordan,
as an argument throughout this entire episode, I won't understand.
you can't deny it. It's just...
I'm
it's
not
an
denying
insane...
it.
He has insane physicality, and that helps make him better. That helps him be tougher to guard. It helps him
How to get
on all
smoked by
ranges
Jason
of the game.
Terry? How to get
It
smoked
helps
by...
him on all ranges of the game.
Okay, in LeBron's physical prime, 2011 to 2014, how did in 2011 he got smoked by Jason Terry if he's such a good scorer?
Why are you calling that his physical prime?
No, because it was his physical prime. Everybody knows it was his physical prime. Oh my, do I have...
Yo, what years are you saying?
Between 2011 and 2014 is Miami Heat days. Those are his physical prime and arguably his prime in basketball too. Now, let me finish. How do you average, if he's such a good scorer, why do you average 4 turnovers a game in the finals? Got outscored by Jason Terry. I don't understand. And how do you get...
By the way, yelling does not make your points.
No, how do you get locked up by Kawhi in the 2014 finals? How do you get locked up by Kawhi? Can you tell me that?
Would you call Kawhi a better defensive player than Kobe?
Yeah, of course.
Kobe wasn't able to go up against these players. Did Kobe go against Kawhi? I actually want to see that.
But not
Kobe go against
has
Kawhi.
not in the playoffs. But look, he went up against...
Did Kobe make it to the playoffs this year?
What?
How many years has Kobe not made it to the playoffs, Just?
Tons of times.
Yeah. How many years has LeBron not made it to the playoffs?
Less times, but you want to... LeBron played in the Eastern Conference, and Kobe in 2006 won about 44 games, and he was in the 7th seed. LeBron wins 44 games in the East, and he's in the 4th seed. You wanna tell me that? Kobe played in the West. He played against the Twin Towers in San Antonio. He played against the Dallas Mavericks. He went up against the finals with a broken finger against a super team in
We're calling
Boston.
the years that he didn't go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
He played against all of the Eastern Conference teams as well.
Yeah, but he played... you play more against the Western Conference teams than you do against the Eastern Conference teams. You know that, right, Daniel? I hope to God you know that.
I'm very tired right now.
Why are you tired, man? You're saying LeBron played in an easier conference.
All I'm hearing is yelling in my ears.
Yeah, because I'm pissed.
Bro.
How are you going to say... You're going to use that as an argument?
Because LeBron's better.
What?
LeBron has better stats. He has better even clutch time stats, even though every Kobe fan will say he's a better clutch player.
Because he is.
He has much better physicality. You can't use specific game examples.
All right.
I'm sure if I was around when Kobe was playing, if I was still as big as of a basketball fan and watched that, I'm sure that I would have found small little games that I could use against Kobe. But I wasn't around at that time, so I don't know.
Would.
LeBron's a
Just
much
like
more
how I
modern
could find
player.
small
He has
little
more
games,
of a physicality.
I can use... Okay, look.
Yes, but you can't just only use those as your examples, because I would have found those about Kobe if I was around watching his games back.
Alright. What happened to the quote, defense wins championships? Did you just forget about that? Because LeBron...
No, defensively, both LeBron and Kobe are considered some of the best defensive players.
When? Of all time?
When did I say equal?
Of all
when
time?
did I say equal? Yeah, they're both known as some of the best defensive players.
No, LeBron in his prime was a defensive stopper. Throughout LeBron's full body of work, he has not been a good defender. You check his later years. He has been a lazy defender. 2015, he was a lazy defender. He could get a block. He could get a steal. But will he lock somebody up? That's what Kobe brought to the table.
He actually has better... he actually, like, his opposition has worse shooting percentage. So he's a better defender from... where is it? From 20 to 29 feet out. So he's actually a better perimeter, and somehow Kobe's a better interior defender.
So Kobe's a better interior defender, and LeBron's supposed to be this big guy, right? Is Kobe a better?
Yeah, but LeBron's somehow a big exterior defender. He's better on the 3-point.
You want to keep throwing stats? Kobe Bryant doubles LeBron in all defensive teams. He doubles him. He's tied for first All NBA first team defensive.
Let's just use a word.
Jesus Christ! What are you gonna say? How are you gonna make an argument? Go.
I can't make an argument for LeBron having more defensive teams. I never said I'm gonna make that argument.
Look at LeBron later on in his years. He became a lazy defender. He did not want to defend as much anymore. He did. Look up. Oh, LeBron plays better from the stats. LeBron's stats show this. Kobe Bryant has more All-NBA first-team defenses. He doubles LeBron in All-NBA defensive, and he doubles him. It's not one or two more. He doubles him. Okay. I'm ending it at that. Kobe's a better defender. He doubles him in totals. All right. He doubles him. I'm ending the defensive argument at that.
All I'm saying
LeBron can guard 5 positions. LeBron can guard 5 positions. Shut up. He's never guard 5 positions throughout a whole game. Don't tell me that. 12 beats 6. 12 doubles 6. 9 beats 5. I'm sorry, man. Just don't tell me.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna agree with you that Kobe's a better player if you're just gonna start yelling.
I am gonna start yelling.
Especially since I was about to say that I agree that Kobe's a better defensive player than LeBron, but
All right, I just went on. I just went.
Enjoying the as long as you're enjoying the yelling.
No. I went on a little rant. I'll admit it, but still, I have people telling me that LeBron's a better defender than Kobe, and I just don't understand it. So it gets me mad.
Who's told you this? Who's told you this?
Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. He knows who he is.
Oh, I really wish he was watching this so that he knows who he is. I think offensively, like, I don't want to discredit Kobe at all in this kind of section, but when he was young and growing, he had as a rookie and getting in his first few years, he had arguably the best coach ever calling the shots. LeBron never had that. He had Mike Brown his first time in Cleveland, then Eric Spoelstra, I can't even pronounce his last name, in Miami, then David Blatt and Tyronn Lue in Cleveland. You can't tell me that those coaches are better than Phil Jackson.
I'm not saying that.
So I think that not to discredit Kobe at all, but I think a lot of his, not a lot, but a decent amount of his success has to be credited to the best coach ever.
Okay, that's a good point. He had a very good coach, but LeBron
and I think that's taught him
team.
A lot.
LeBron had a better team
in Cleveland.
I'm not saying
when he went there the first time.
Okay, look. No,
Is
first
that,
time, no.
You're gonna say that when Kobe had Shaq?
No, I didn't say that. Now look, LeBron James in his early years,
you're about to say it.
His second best player was Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who was actually pretty decent. He was decent. He also somebody was averaging around 18 points per game. I read it in a stat. But besides that, Kobe in his prime years, in his actual prime, when he was a monster, he arguably had the worst supporting cast in history. Because first of all, you got Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, and Luke Walton. Not on his team, but in his starting lineup. But in his starting lineup, he had those 3 all-time worst players in his starting lineup. I'm just saying, man.
I agree that was a bad year. Also, I
So his
mean,
prime-
Kobe never left LA, so that, yeah, go.
Yeah, LeBron had to join super teams to get
No.
a ring.
Okay.
He
No.
formed a super
Kobe
team.
Kobe never left LA, so I don't know if this can be a fair one. But it's extremely difficult to do this, and it usually only happens if you're a good role player or if you are an end of the bench player that keeps getting signed by contenders. But I mean, this isn't LeBron. But to be the face of any franchise he plays for and win rings in two different places is not an easy task. But I mean, kudos to Kobe for staying and winning 5 rings in one place. But
Wait.
props to LeBron for doing it in Miami and Cleveland.
He did it, but he joined Miami with Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and then
Still became the star of that team.
He did become
and
the
then
star
went
of
back
that
to
team.
Cleveland and did it again.
Yeah, but do you
Went
think?
back to Cleveland and did
Do
it
you
again.
think?
You can't tell me that's not a very impressive feat.
It is impressive, but LeBron was
Very
in his
impressive.
prime in those years. Also, LeBron James went back to Cleveland. I'm not saying because he didn't win, but Cleveland was in a very good position when LeBron went there. They had Kyrie Irving, they had Kyrie Irving and they had Kevin Love.
To be fair, didn't Kyrie join when LeBron
No, Kyrie
joined
was
the
drafted
same
by Cleveland and spent many years without
That
LeBron.
year?
No, not that year. In 2011.
Okay, then it was Kevin Love.
Love was traded
that joined.
to Cleveland.
Yeah, he traded, but the same year.
Le
LeBron was
GM traded Kevin Love.
Le GM.
He traded Kevin Love for the first pick. And then
I hate. Yeah.
And he went to Los Angeles. Bad situation. Got Anthony Davis. Oh, but don't forget, in Miami, he also recruited a lot of sharpshooters, like Rashard Lewis, Shane Battier, Ray Allen. Recruited a lot of shooters. He was.
Who did Kobe have on some of his championship teams though? Shaq. Shaq is once again an insane player.
Shaq and Kobe.
I don't think you're gonna ever say that Chris Bosh is could equal a Shaq.
But he helped. Like LeBron had a big 3 in Miami. Kobe had a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
LeBron's LeBron's bench and starting lineup is probably better than Kobe and Shaq's bench and starting lineup. You know, because there's also the bench. LeBron had a deep bench in Miami with Birdman and stuff.
Yeah.
You know who Kobe had on his bench? Tyronn Lue when he was with Shaq. So it was basically them two.
You're calling him so pathetic, and then he became the coach of Cleveland, and still LeBron.
LeBron was the coach of Cleveland, Daniel.
Yeah.
LeBron was the coach of Cleveland. All right, LeBron owned
That's
Cleveland
true.
back then. All right.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, I don't want to push it. I didn't want to pull this card, and I don't want to take shots at Kobe here, but I mean, it has to be said. Bryant has had issues off the court that are well documented, and I don't want to talk about the Colorado incident or anything. But issues with teammates, Shaq, Dwight Howard, and Smush Parker, and a few others. But he's had this issues, and they've transferred to the court and caused problems.
That's what
He's
happened
eventually
in 2004.
able to overcome them.
But you act as if it
He
was.
was eventually able to overcome them and take home 5 rings, but nonetheless, he still exists on the court. When LeBron had a few arguments and a few
in his early days
issues with his teammates.
Yeah. In his early days.
But when they got on the court, he laced them up. And none of the issues mattered. They went on the court and played.
Oh, okay.
None of the off-the-court issues mattered.
And won 0 championships, but okay. Now wait. Kobe and Shaq's feud, it wasn't only Kobe's fault. You make it sound as if he was the bad guy in there. Those are two of the...
No, but it was partly.
Yeah, but obviously, but those are
if you go back to any of these players or any of the teammates around these players, all of them will say that it was Kobe.
Yeah. No, some would actually say it was Shaq. But look, when you look into it, they had a feud. Those were two of the biggest egos in sports at the time. They both wanted that. Shaq was dominant. Kobe was taking over late in games. Though they did not work well. That feud started in around 1999, maybe even 2000. What did they do? They won 3 chips with that feud going on. And in 2003 and 2004, that's when they had enough. All right? That's 4 or 5 years of constantly. All right? So don't say
true.
he couldn't put it aside.
I can't say anything.
Because they knew
he didn't. It's just he was eventually able to overcome them a lot.
All right, so
but he didn't put them aside.
Say LeBron is
they were transferred to the court and did cause problems.
Say LeBron is a better teammate. You know what? I could partially agree. I mostly agree. Yeah. But you're gonna use Kobe's 2004 performance, which was an awful performance in the finals, but there was a feud. There was like anger going on. You know, those guys broke out into fights a couple of times.
But you shouldn't let those problems get onto the court. It did. I think very similar to. Yeah, but Daniel, you shouldn't be able to let it. When you're at this level, you shouldn't be able to let these.
At that level, but dealing with those somewhat issues for 4 years is a lot. But also, they did let that get onto the court. But LeBron, you talk about big moments, he has redeemed himself. But I'm not just gonna forget it that he crumbled under the most pressure in the 2011 finals. He crumbled.
2011 final, yeah.
He crumbled. That was bad. He got outscored by Jason Terry. They lost in, I think, 5 games.
It was a bad year.
It was not a bad year. LeBron was
a bad moment.
It was but he crumbled under pressure. Kobe, yeah, in that his worst finals performance, it was bad. All right, it was bad. And LeBron had a super team with him, and he let the underdogs win 5-1, and got outscored by Jason Terry. See, I know LeBron has redeemed himself. I know prime 2018 playoff LeBron is unlike anything else. It's probably like the number one option you have. But I'm taking LeBron's, I'm taking his Miami days. I'm taking all of that. I won't take his LA years because, he hasn't had much playoff success there. Just like how I'm not going to take Kobe's later on LA years after injury. All right, I'm going to try to take both of their primes. All right, and both.
Sure.
So, like you say, look at Kobe's stats. His last couple of years, he had an injury, a bad injury. Right?
All those scoring percentages that I was using, though, that was for, those didn't count, all the later years for both of them.
Actually, no. LeBron is still way more efficient. He is more efficient. But, if you take out Kobe's later years, especially 2016, where it was just it was the end of the run. He had knee injuries, he had shoulders, he broke tons of fingers, he had the Achilles that was still somewhat bad apparently. So if you take out those years, LeBron is still somewhat more efficient, but Kobe is still Kobe, right? He gets back that efficiency that he used.
It's not really somewhat, but yeah, I get what you mean.
And also,
but it's not so much.
What I'm gonna say is, Kobe also was that fighter. Was that you're gonna have to drag me off this court? All right, LeBron was he got tougher, but he was kind of soft at the beginning. All right. Let's be honest.
You can't say he didn't have competitiveness, but I get what you mean by Kobe with the more.
LeBron is still a nice guy.
Kobe's definitely a more competitive player. Okay, but what I really like about
LeBron's
play, what I really like about LeBron's play is that he's willing to not always have to be the center of attention, but to still try to get that win. I feel like Kobe always feels like he needed to be the center of attention on the team, on the court.
No, he felt like...
Even if that gave them a few losses.
No, there's a difference between the center of attention and the best player on the court. Kobe strived to be the best
Okay,
player
but you
on
can't
the court.
you can't say
And he was like, you're not gonna tell me anything. I'm the best player on the court. He's not gonna.
I'm not gonna pass to you because I'm the best player on the court.
No.
And you're slightly worse, but still a good player, and that would have been a better pass to have.
Look, LeBron only averaged 2 more assists than Kobe. He took more shots, but Kobe wasn't a bad passer. You know, he wasn't a bad passer.
There's nothing really bad about Kobe's play.
No,
and neither is there about LeBron.
Kobe, when you use the term bad passer, do you mean not racking up more assists or not passing the ball well? Because Kobe could pass the ball. You know, Kobe
I don't
could rack
mean not
up
passing enough.
12, 14 assists. He could pass that ball. You know, but Kobe was a score-first player. Kobe was a score-first player. He played at the shooting guard position. That's a score-first mentality.
It seemed like he was always
All right, look. Just LeBron is the better all-around player. All right, he's the better because he could do.
And I think he helps his teammate more.
Yeah, he could.
Can we agree that he helps his team more?
He helps the team more, or does he win more?
He helps the team.
He helps the team.
He
more.
helps the people around him. He helps the people around him get better compared to Kobe. I don't know if he may be intimidate.
Because Kobe used
inspires him.
Kobe used intimidation,
but he doesn't.
Yeah, Kobe used intimidation. He was tough on his teammates, right? LeBron was like, hey, I'm gonna take you.
I'm sure Smush Parker and Dwight Howard really enjoyed that.
No, because Kobe was tough on them. He's like, you're on my team. I'm trying to win here. Don't be a bum, right? But when Smush Parker got a steal in a clutch playoff game, Kobe was there and he thanked him for it. He was like good shit, right? So LeBron makes his teammates better. You could say he's a better teammate. I won't disagree on that. But winning, that's Kobe. That is Kobe.
What do you mean winning? That's Kobe.
Winning is Kobe. Kobe's the better winner than LeBron James. There are stats that prove he is the better winner.
No, that'll.
And
he is the better winner. That's true.
And
but I think if we're going player-wise, first of all, LeBron is in no way a bad winner.
I'm not saying that.
It's just that Kobe's a better winner. I could agree with that. However, I simply think that if you add all of the things that LeBron's worse than Kobe at, it's not such a huge difference, and it's neither for the things that Kobe's worse than LeBron at. So I think it's a very
that's
close.
But I think that's why it's.
I was about to say that the physicality pushes him over the edge.
I swear to God, I swear to God, man.
I think all of the things together, I think that, that pushes LeBron over the edge to become the better player. The way he helps his teammate around him, the way that he makes them better, the way with his physicality.
All right, so you want to say more dominant and better in the game? Like better, more dominant, more skilled, gonna get you that all-around performance? You know what? I could partially agree with that. I'm going for skill and greatness.
Greatness is so hard to put
but
it's so you can't. It's so hard to use.
Daniel, the ultimate job in an NBA career is to win. But it's also to perform well. But these two guys performed well, almost on equal levels, right? That's why.
Yeah.
But winning is what determines. Jordan, people praise him for his 6 championships more than they praise him for his 5 MVPs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's still, MVPs are very important. But championships, LeBron has the more finals MVP. I'll give him. Yeah, he was the main. But Kobe winning, Kobe has eliminated the most prime MVPs in the playoffs. He doubles LeBron again. He's eliminated 11. LeBron has eliminated 5. Kobe.
You know what I'm gonna say to you, and I know I've said this to you before, and I think that we should end it out here because I think that this statement you'll agree with, and I agree with this better. Also, Kobe is greater. LeBron is better.
Yeah, Kobe's more skilled though. Like basketball, like the best.
You had to put in one
when you say
sentence.
better,
Come on.
Kobe is like a pure.
Yes.
It's like I put like
fine.
Because I put like Kobe.
Fine
no, wait,
skill,
listen.
But then you have to add in physicality to better.
I know, but look, I put Kobe and LeBron in two different, because they're very different players, right? Like, LeBron's a freak of nature, but he's also a very good hooper. Don't get me wrong. He could shoot, he could score. But Kobe's like a pure hooper, you know? Like, he's a pure baller, right? Like, he doesn't need the height, he's just got the skill. So, Kobe, like, on the GOAT list, like the greatest of all time, you got Kobe higher than LeBron, but you'd say like one-on-one LeBron would like, and like in the game LeBron's
No, because for the GOAT list, you have to add in better as well.
But you also put in it's greatest of all time, not best of all time. So I'm saying.
Well, then I don't think that they should call the list greatest of all time. I think they should call it the best.
No, because the best of all time, it's also Kobe's legacy, right? You know, you can't forget. Kobe also played the toughest competition in history. And if you're going to say what gives LeBron the edge of being better is his physicality and the fact that he's...
What was the toughest competition in history?
Who has the toughest competition in history? Playoff competition? Kobe.
What was the toughest competition? What was it? The toughest competition?
Well, like, who played the toughest team?
No, what were those teams?
Oh, no, it's an average number of wins their opponents had in the playoffs. Kobe Bryant he played an average of 54.4 win teams in the playoffs. That's his average. LeBron played an average of 51.8. LeBron is 5th on the all-time list for toughest competition. Kobe is 1st.
I don't know. We're never gonna agree on this ever in our life. I just want to
say one last thing.
Fine.
Kobe he arguably played in the toughest era in terms of scores. So, like, if he played in today's era, he'd probably have
a lot of people call today the world's toughest.
No, because today was an era of super teams. You're talking about individual players. Like, there was Tracy McGrady in his prime, Allen Iverson, the Twin Towers, Mike Bibby, Paul Pierce, Steve Nash, Kevin Garnett, prime Ray Allen, who averaged 26 points a game. Don't forget that. Prime Dwight Howard, who was arguably compared to Shaq. Prime Rajon Rondo, prime Dirk, scoring champion and prime Dwayne Wade, and also prime LeBron. But also he also won a championship with a broken finger and averaged 28 points a game in that series with a broken finger against a super team. And in the last game, he did shoot very inefficiently, but it was a grinding out game, and throughout 4 quarters, the score was like 76-73, and Kobe grabbed 15 rebounds that game. Also, he has a 25-10 record versus 50-win teams. LeBron has an 11-8 record versus 50-win teams. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
What?
So we still keep our own opinions, right? Though, that's all I'm saying.
What if you got one last final thing, I want one last.
Yeah, go ahead.
Too. If we're just simply talking about without championship success, we're not talking about that LeBron is head and shoulders above Kobe. We're not talking about any championship success. If we're not talking about that type of thing. But then, if you use that argument, was Wilt Chamberlain a way inferior player to Bill Russell because he had 9 fewer championship rings?
It's a very good point. But Bill Russell,
okay, let's end it there. Thank you guys for watching.
I still put him on the all-time. I'd still put Bill Russell higher on the all-time list because of that.
Really?
But Daniel, you gotta understand. LeBron averages 2 more points a game than Kobe. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 55 points a game in a series with like 30 rebounds a game.
But Bill Russell had 9 more championships.
Nice.
9 more. 9 more is insane.
I'd still have Bill Russell higher on the all-time GOAT list, but you're not changing. None of us are changing our opinions.
We stick with our opinions, and I think that's how it's probably gonna be
for the rest of
time.
Yeah. All right. Let us go.
Anyway.
The outro, Daniel.
Sure. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to check
Daniel,
out
you need to make it under 50 minutes. Come on, you got 5 seconds left.
No, too bad. We edit. Come on, dude. So feel free to comment down below if you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss for future episodes. Please subscribe, hit the like button, check our socials in the description.
Please subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. Please subscribe, or else I'm going to make Tris not talk for the rest of his life. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.